Hi, my name is Joshua Coleman, and today we're going to be talking about Nmap and 6 different command lines that were used in the stacking assignment. Nmap is an open source Linux command network scanning tool used to explore networks and hosts and to execute security audits. It enables IP addresses to be scanned, backdoors to security measures to be found, and to discover open ports on a device. In this screenshot, we scanned about 1,000 ports with only 6 ports being open on the network. Nmap switch O plus a target IP address is a type of detection scan that investigates what operating system a target network is running. Nmap sends TCP packets with specific characteristics to the target host and determines the OS based on how the host responds. This command only scanned the open ports on the network, and it estimated to only have one hop present. Nmap switch SV plus target IP address is a type of detection scan that collects information on the services and applications running on open ports that have already been identified. The scan sends data to the open ports and obtains responses from the services on these ports. This command gave us more information specifically about the services being run, like OpenSSH, which is a protocol to enable secure remote access and file transfers, helps encrypt all traffic between client and servers to prevent eavesdropping and connection hijacking, and supports multiple types of authentication methods. And Apache, which is an open source web server that delivers and/or aids in delivery of web content throughout the internet. Nmap switch P switch capital A plus target IP address is a type of detection scan that aggressively investigates the open ports and services available to the target IP. I was successful in the Objects 1 enumeration, being able to obtain the information needed about the devices and other resources running on the system. No usernames were available. The scan gave me information specifically about each open port, detailing what is potentially a risk and what protocol is being run with each port and the program version. Nmap switch D plus target IP address is a type of detection scan that enables the use of multiple decoy IP addresses. Using this command line reduces the discoverability by firewalls and IDS detection tools by sending packets with different IP addresses in conjunction to your attacker's IP address. Nmap switch d plus IP address is a type of detection scan that is usually used by developers. It scans for bugs or issues with the executed script, enables the identification of the bug's origin, gives information on how to debug the script execution and replicate the script error, and it can be a great indicator as to potential bugs that may occur based on the performance. There doesn't seem to be anything important to show aside from all of the ports having successful handshakes and detailing the number of hops it can travel before dropping. Nmap switch traceroute plus target IP address is a type of detection scan that sends ICMP echo packets with increasing TTL values. This is important because the path that packet takes to get to the destination can be mapped, giving us a clear idea of what routes may be better. It also identifies the routers on the route, detailing methods to mitigate latency, bottlenecks, and dead packet movement. Flaw hypothesis methodology, or FHM, is an assessment method that analyzes systems for implementation errors. It also helps develop assurance for functional behavior and evaluates a system's penetration resistance levels. This is done by gathering information so that testers can familiarize themselves with a system's functions and assess its design, implementation, operational procedures, and utilization effectiveness. Hypothesizing about the flaws that may exist in the system based on the data obtained in the first step, testing the flaws for existence or exploitability. If the flaw does not exist or is unexploitable, the testers return to step 2. If the flaw is exploitable, they move on with the test. If the flaw is successfully exploited, the testers will attempt to make the vulnerability general and search for similar vulnerabilities. They return to step 2 and add new data to the hypothesis or form a new hypothesis until the test is finished. In the final step, testers will begin brainstorming about the various ways they can erase the flaw or attempt to increase the impact. Based on the information detailed in the service version and debugging scans, I found 2 potential vulnerabilities. I hypothesized that if a network firewall is inadequately configured, attackers can potentially exploit unfiltered or unprotected ports to access unauthorized systems and delicate user data. This is based on CVE 1999-0461 and CVE 2006-5051, which talks about the different versions of RPC binds used in Linux, IRIX, WITS Venema, and OpenSSH before the version 4.4, which allows remote attackers to execute denial-of-service attacks with the potential to execute arbitrary code utilizing unknown vectors and allows them to create or erase entries by spoofing the source address. This can be accomplished if GSS API authentication is permitted and may lead to a double free. I believe the cause for these two vulnerabilities is a faulty firewall, either misconfigured, not to have proper access control listings, outdated software or unpatched areas, a disabled SNMP, neglecting to monitor any outgoing traffic, or just a lack of authentication methods. I'm looking forward to deepening my understanding of how cybersecurity works and being able to understand more thoroughly how pen testing can affect networks and how it can be utilized effectively.